another gadget report. Let's talk gadgets. And today I am going to do a wrap up of what was aviation in Australia in 2024. I will say at the end of the video why I'm doing it now, but let's talk about good things, bad things um, for aviation, and let's talk gadgets. So, let's talk about aviation in Australia um, in 2024. So it was a year marked with a few changes, a few things, um, not so good things. For example, I'll start with one of my favorite airlines, which is Qantas. Still trying to deal with a lot of scandal, a lot of instability after the ruling of Alan Joyce for quite a long time, I would say. The company, I would say, is struggling to recover at least its reputation because it's scandal after scandal. There's a compensation case being to be paid um, to the customers that were affected with those flights sold um, that had been cancelled already. That was part of the start of this whole situation. Recently, Qantas has also been ordered to pay compensation for workers unfairly dismissed after the pandemic. This was obviously, after Alan Joyce saying while he was receiving the JobKeeper, if you remember, during those times that we cannot say on YouTube, that it was there for the Qantas family. Once the JobKeeper was gone, the family was gone. So now Qantas was also ordered to pay that compensation. Um, and there's all sorts of complaints, unfortunately. People complain about the service on board, people complain about the food. Honestly, and if you saw my video after flying with Qantas, I was quite apprehensive because of all these bad reviews about all of this negative press that the company had endured for quite a while. I was very pleased. I have absolutely nothing to say about the crew. They were really, really good. I loved that flight with Qantas. The food was nice. My experience with Qantas in July when I had my trip to Portugal. I cannot say that I had a bad experience with Qantas, so I am not gonna be one of those adding to the bad reviews and anything like that, because that wouldn't be true. I had an amazing experience. I loved my flying kangaroo, and everyone knows it's with a heavy heart that um, I come here and I make videos that I know I have to say something negative about Qantas. If you guys know me, you know well that Qantas and British Airways have a very, very special place in my heart, and KLM too. But because I had more experience flying with Qantas and KLM and British Airways, I have a very more, a pretty much stronger bond with these two airlines than KLM, because unfortunately I had only that experience in 2003 with KLM due to their partnership with Malaysia Airlines. But I digress. As I said, is a with a very very heavy heart that I say I come here and I have to report or talk about things that are hurtful for Qantas, things that are not very positive for one of my absolute favorite airlines. And this is one of the things. I think the damage that was caused was seriously bad, and my microphone was far away. I hope you guys are hearing me okay. Um, because I think it was sad. So Qantas is still crippling with these issues, reputational. It's not okay. It's still in tatters. I seriously hope 2025 it's a year of hopeful Qantas, and that the new CEO and the new management they can start rebuilding Qantas to its former glory, and we can have our flying kangaroo back to what it was once, because I think it deserves. We all want it. Because let's face it, we may complain about Qantas, but deep down in our hearts, we all love our flying kangaroo. I know I certainly do. Now, another sad part for aviation in Australia, not only in terms of the these two particular airlines, but in terms of aviation as a whole, um, the sad news that both Bonza and Rex went down this year. I'm particularly sad about Bonza because that airline, you guys know, I was really happy about seeing Bonza. I was happy to see about all their, their attitude, their Aussie spirit, so to speak, um, everything, the way, their approach to business, and the way they were doing things. Unfortunately, a case of, I wouldn't even say bad management, I would just say greed and a lot of debacles and bad financial decisions ended up costing this airline dearly, and the airline no longer exists. It's a very sad thing. Uh, Same happened to Rex, our regional airline. This is particularly sad because again it cuts the options in Australia, which Bonza was bringing. I remember I did a few videos about this because I was really happy about all these new flights from Bonza, all the competition that Bonza was bringing along when there was those times. Rex also expanded and created more flights, which was good because I believe competition from good airlines it's positive because if you have more airlines, you have more option, and it's good for pricing. It's good for quality because if there's more competitors in the market, you obviously have a choice, and if you have a choice, you're not going to choose one that is giving you bad service. You're going to choose one that it's probably going to give you a better service. So it was a good thing, and unfortunately, that was bad. Again, um, nothing positive to say about Qantas on this because this is only going to put Qantas in that monopoly position. Qantas and Jetstar are in that monopoly position at the moment, and they have we have a duopoly like we have in the supermarkets. We have a duopoly in Australia with Qantas, Jetstar, and Virgin Australia. So this is not a very good situation for our domestic market because the lack of choice means the prices are no good. These companies are really overcharging because obviously they have absolutely no competition. And the fall of Bonza and Rex just added to this issue. So some I considered good news. There will be a new airport soon in Sydney. The Western Sydney Airport is reaching its final stages, so it'll be good news for that area of Sydney. And that was another development in aviation this year. As for me, it was a year of traveling. As you know, I went to Portugal. I had the opportunity of flying. I flew Qantas again, and as I said, was an amazing experience. I flew EasyJet. I also told you about my experience with EasyJet and Finnair, which also was a good experience. I liked it. So it was good to fly again. It was good to be in the air, and I think my experience in terms of pricing, let's review that. In terms of pricing, unfortunately, and the competition issue might be playing a part. I don't think the prices have stabilized or going down as I expected, because obviously the lack of competition and the fact that Qantas it's the predominant player in the Australian market at the time, at this year and basically always. I think the pricing, and especially with the domestic market, it's not moving anywhere, because obviously we have less players. Let's face it. Qantas and Qantas Jetstar and uh, Virgin Australia, they have it all. So basically, we have very limited choice, very limited um, competition or no competition whatsoever, and this obviously affects pricing in the international market. There might be a little difference, however, still the pricing is still quite high. Um, Unfortunately, for example, I tried to see pricing with my favorite airline, um, British Airways, but I could not afford the pricing when I went to Portugal. I could not afford the pricing of flying British Airways. So the pricing of flights is still very high. We need competition, we need more options, and we need airlines to start uh, stabilizing this market, because I believe that would be positive for everyone, because if the uh, pricing stabilizes a little bit, they will eventually get more customers, because if, let's face it, if the prices are too high, um, people will have to make difficult choices and not fly at all. So um, this still needs to come down a little bit. I hope it does next year. I hope slowly things start stabilizing, and I hope it's a very good year for aviation. I wish it is. Hopefully in Australia, I hope we get more competition, especially in the domestic market. We desperately need more competition in the domestic market. Um, and in the international as well. We need good airlines to come. We need the good old European airlines to come. We need KLM to start flying Australia again. I need to see the blue planes landing at Sydney Airport. We need companies like KLM, British Airways already does it. They never left, which is a great thing. But maybe more flights. We need more competition. We need that more airlines fly into Australia, so we start seeing um, that monopoly, that Qantas monopoly, that predominance of Qantas start going down a little bit. And I'm not saying this, it's nothing negative for Qantas. Qantas is a great airline. It's going through a rough patch. I believe and I hope this eventually stops, and the airline starts going back to its glory, its former glory, which was being our national carrier, our flying kangaroo that everyone was so proud about. Because unfortunately, at the moment, if you talk to most Australians, we are not very proud of Qantas, of what has been happening in the past decade, with Alan Joyce and the bad choices that he has made, the way that the employees have been treated, the way that passengers have been treated. It's been really sad to realize that the damage that he has caused to the airline. And I do hope that the new CEO um, can take the reins of the flying kangaroo and take our flying kangaroo back to where it belongs, to the good reviews, to positive press, to what Qantas is, our national carrier, and make us all proud. I really hope there's an increase in competition. I know that with the opening of the new airport, there will be more options available. People then will have another option of the other airport, and that will be maybe helping as well, because you have more options. Eventually, it can have an impact. We will see. Obviously, I'm not going to preempt any of that because I don't have any information on that and I don't know. But it's something that it's easy to see from a distance, that the fact that you have another airport, that you have more choice, there might be a restructuring in pricing. There might be a more competitive approach to things, because people have more choice. They can actually go to another airport if that suits them, and if the pricing is better or something like that. So I think it would be something for us to see when the time comes, and yes, that's something that I think will be positive for 2025. Because I'm an optimist. I always see the glass half full, never half empty. I hope it's a very positive year for Australia and for the world. I hope in this particular case of aviation, um, I hope it's a positive year. I hope we continue this trend of getting aviation greener and greener, with more fuel efficient aircraft, with SAF being a reality more and more, and countries starting producing SAF themselves, which helps massively with costs, etc. Because if you have SAF locally produced, it might obviously be cheaper. So that would be good. I think that's something that I'm looking forward to. It's to see this trend in order to reduce emissions and get to that target zero. Uh, and then, obviously, I hope there's more competition in Australia, as I said, both in domestic and international markets. I hope more airlines fly into Australia. As I said, I would love to see the European airlines coming back. I would like to see KLM coming back, for example, um, because it would be very nice. And it would be a good market, who knows? Because Australians like to travel, Australians love to travel to Europe. So if they have more options, if they have competition, um, they might choose Europe instead of somewhere else. So if you are a decision maker in any of the European airlines, think about it. So this is my wrap up of 2024 for aviation in Australia. I wish 2025 is a very, very positive and good year in terms of pricing. As I said, it all depends on that competition, and all the markets will develop. Hopefully, it goes towards a stabilization of pricing, a stabilization of the markets, because the demand is there. Obviously, there is high demand for flying. People after those 2 years of disruption, people want to fly, people want to get out of their countries and visit other places, because it was obviously a very, very bad time for everyone. But of course, this demand is causing airlines to take advantage and put the pricing up. I believe that this would eventually stabilize, because the more we move away from those 2 years, um, the normality, sort of speak, is restored, and I believe it will eventually mean that that demand will stabilize as well, and then it will obviously stabilize the markets and have a new opportunity. Obviously, with competition would help massively that stabilization. So this was my review of 2024. So for today in this gadget report, before I proceed, I hope you like the video. I hope you like this wrap up of 2024. If you have a different opinion, just give me a comment below and let me know. I'll be very happy to know your opinion and discuss it. And of course, if you have any ideas of something that you would like me to talk about in these gadget reports, please do leave me a comment below. I'm very, very happy to accommodate it. Now, the reason I'm doing this wrap up of 2024 at the beginning of November rather than December, it's because due to professional commitments, I've been really overwhelmed with a lot of work, not only for updated words translations, which is obviously my main business, but obviously with my school. You guys know I have a school called Updated Words Learning at Teachable, and I have 3 wonderful courses there if you want to be a translator. But I am now also working on something special for 2025, and all these working commitments have been really, really overwhelming. And of course, recording the videos and having to do all these at my YouTube channels, it's been quite overwhelming. And that's why I made a decision that for now I'm suspending my videos for 2024. If there is something truly important that I think justifies me to record a video, I will. But for now, the plan is that this is my last video of 2024, and that's why I did that this wrap up. Before I go, I would like to thank you all for the support. This year was very positive for my channel. I got a few more subscribers, and this was very, very good. Thank you all for being there, for watching my videos, and helping me grow my channel. Please keep on watching. Share with your friends, because every single time that you share and you put a like, you will help my channel grow, because you will help the algorithm to pick up my videos and show them to more and more people. So thank you so very much for being on that side. It was a pleasure to be here with you. Of course, next year I'll be here for more gadget reports. Let's talk gadgets. And of course, for this video and for all the videos, put a like and subscribe the channel with a little click on the bell, so you get a notification of a new gadget report every week. As I said, there won't be a gadget report next week. Maybe there won't be any gadget report until the end of the year, because obviously I'm extremely busy trying to finalize these projects for 2025. So have a very, very happy new year, and I'll see you maybe in 2025. Have a good one. Bye.